Hi, my name is Sabrina Orr, and today I will be presenting to you my first digitized typeface. I have named it Murray Semi Serif because Murray is my middle name, and I kind of half did a serif font from my inspiration from my handwritten font that we did at the beginning of the semester. All of my serifs and other elements point towards the left side of my letters or are emphasized only on the left side and not on the right. One of the things I did change from the original typeface was to remove the thicker strokes on the left side, which you used to be able to see on my O's and C's. It just didn't translate that well with Illustrator, and it was easier to do it without those. My regular size font you see up here at the top where my mouse is scrolling around is a 2-point size width of line, and the serifs on each one of these were originally made with the pen tool and shaped to fit on these letters properly. So they differ in size. What I ended up doing a lot too is on ones like the K and the L and the I made the same shape and kept copying and pasting it onto each letter so there was that uniformity overall on it. Another thing that I did with building the letters off of each other is, for example, with the M, I created one side of the M and then I copied and pasted that side and then reflected it to make the full image of the M. And the straights on the K and T are all based off of the lowercase L, which was just copy and pasted, and then changed a tad bit to make other letters of it work. So there was a lot of copying and pasting and tweaking just little things to make all these pieces fit together properly. When I went on to my bold typeface, I ended up increasing the line width to 4 or 5 on each letter, and then I took the serifs and sized them down to 2 points, and then refitted everything so that it looked right, and most of the serifs were still fairly pronounced. And I also continued that same thing down here with the special characters. It's just an instant. Those were easy. All of them just got moved to that thicker line width on it. So this is my complete typeface, just your general English alphabet and a couple of characters. I do want to go back and add a few extra characters because when I was doing my type project with this font, I found that I was missing a few things that would have been nice to have. So let's take a look at my project. I decided to go with a menu because I thought this font had a very nice, classy look to it. And I thought if I made a simple menu like for a small business, it'd be good. And I wanted to infuse a little bit of humor in with it. So I ended up going with the idea of Peggy's Punny Food. And I will post a image of this in the discussion post too if you went to straight watch the video first so that you can read all of the different menu items that I have on here. I used my bold typeset on the menu, appetizers, entree, desserts, and drinks. And I did have to mess a little bit with the kerning because some of the letters just didn't like getting that close to each other. So my kerning was like 90% there, but some of it had to be manually tweaked in Illustrator when I went to put this together. Um, my regular size typeface is what I did all the food names with, as well as the logo for Peggy's Punny Food. And overall, I think the typeface works really well. My main issue that I would go back and change is I am not a huge fan of my Y's. If you look at where all these My's are, they just kind of have a bit of awkward space with the M, and that was kind of my issue was trying to figure out the kerning, is it only looked weird when certain letters were next to each other, because the Y looks totally fine in the word way, but it doesn't look good in the way my. I also outside of the text elements did feel like I had way too much white space, so I slapped together some quick little icons for each section of the menu. And this was my typeface project all together. Um, if you guys have any little bits of advice or things that you think I should have changed, let me know in the comments. Thank you. Bye bye.